Welcome to Knightline. It's Monday night. It's September 25th, and we're here out in the pod. My name is Rick Fletcher. My partner, Jerry Middleton, again, is not here. He might be here at about halftime, but we'll see. He got called away. He had to ref volleyball. My guest tonight needs no introduction. This is Cody Dudley. Cody, how are you doing?
Good, Rick. How's it going?
It's going well. So I got to thank you. This is kind of a last-minute addition here. This is how it works sometimes. Behind the scenes, you're scrambling. It just doesn't all come together, as you probably know. But I appreciate you coming.
Yeah, not a problem. Anytime.
All right. So for you Bengals fans, I got to say everything revolves around Joe Burrow's calf right now. So I was riding in here listening to the radio. Game time decision, Cody.
Yeah.
What are we thinking about the Bengals right now?
We've been in the 0-2 hole before, and we've came and conquered, but
you don't want to keep going there.
No, you don't want to go 0-3. So I think, as of right now, I haven't seen, but I think he'll play. I think he's pushing to play. He doesn't want us to go 0-3. Big contract, the whole deal.
I know. He's got a huge contract.
Yeah.
And he just, good for him.
Yeah.
I always feel good when a professional ball player has a big contract.
Yeah. And I feel good that we have him locked up.
Yeah,
so.
You should.
Yeah.
He's when he's healthy.
Yeah.
Of course, there's always that when healthy, little thing you got to put on there. And with Joe Burrow, unfortunately, that's what we're dealing with right now. But when he's right, he's the best.
He's pretty good.
He's one of the best out there. There's no kidding. And I think the Bengals, can you believe we're saying this? The Bengals, when he's on, they're a threat. And so that's good.
Most of my childhood and adult life,
it's been rough, hasn't it? Well, I don't know if you know, I'm a Patriot fan, okay?
Oh, gosh.
So
right.
We had 20 years of greatness. Now we're just like any other NFL fan base, suffering, trying to make the playoffs, and just looking for that spark of hope. Well, there's a lot of Colts fans out there. Unbelievable. The Colts are 2-1 right now.
Yeah, they're terrible too.
Defense, they're good.
No, defensive line really good.
Yeah.
Richardson's got to learn how to avoid big hits.
He's a rookie quarterback.
Pittman looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows if they had
Gardner
Jonathan
Minshew,
Taylor.
Man. What do you do with him? I say you go with him.
I mean, you don't draft Richardson to go with Minshew, but man, Minshew, he's got a lot of juice in his game.
I tell you what, if you want to win, okay, and you want to, these coaches get paid to win today, not 3 years from now.
Yeah, I agree.
Of course, a lot of times it's not their decision, right?
Yeah.
They got a general manager and
they're
an
being
owner.
told.
Yeah, they're being told what to do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reality. But if you're a Colts fan, you're 2-1. Who'd have thunk it?
They looked pretty good with him under center Sunday.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, they did. I mean, the Ravens. Everybody loves the Ravens, right?
Other than me, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're. I know they're in the AFC North, but as a whole,
they're supposed to be pretty good this year. Yeah.
The greatest thing since sliced bread. Even though I don't think Lamar Jackson's won a playoff game, hasn't been much.
Man, every time he drops back and you see the play break down, it
makes
me nervous.
Yeah, he's exciting, but you take a guy like Lamar he's like Josh Allen of Buffalo.
Yeah.
If you watch Josh, he goes into contact. He doesn't get away from contact. And the thing about Patrick Mahomes is he'll run out of bounds.
Yeah.
So he's not going to probably get hurt.
Smart.
But not Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. These guys run into contact. So you take your chances. You take the good with the bad. So anyways, well, let's talk girls basketball.
Yeah.
It's not that far away, really. I mean,
No, we're a couple weeks out. From, 3 weeks from practice.
Of course, you've been preparing since the end of last season probably.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this right here first. Is you guys run a 3-on-3 tournament. That thing's big, Cody. I mean, a lot of work going in that. Tell me what are some things that what are you trying to do with that tournament? Besides, we know it's a fundraiser, okay? So besides that, what are you trying to accomplish with that?
Yeah, I think it's kind of turning into something that I think kids and different families in our community and in Wayne County and even some of the surrounding counties, I think they kind of look forward that event now. We
Mm-hmm.
just really weren't sure what to expect year one. Year two, we kind of learned from year one on what to make better
Right.
and how to improve the event. And then, so moving forward to year three, we're going to, continuously try to improve in different areas and just make it something that people can count on, and just to bring people together, something positive where you can get families together, you can get kids together, and just let them be kids for a while.
Yeah. So shout out to your wife and your family. They're
Oh,
all, you
gosh.
put them to work. They don't just show, they're working.
It's a good thing the Kircher family is pretty big.
And the Kirsch,
Yeah.
they bring a lot of people.
Yeah, we have a lot
that-
of volunteers with the Kircher family.
But that's the thing, and I want to mention that if you're a coach at a high school, it's a family affair. I mean, everybody's involved. I mean,
we tell the parents at our first parent meeting, it's like we don't want to do, 10, 15 different fundraisers throughout the year. Nobody wants to, wants to do that. And people, get kind of like overwhelmed just being asked for stuff all the time. So for us, it's if we can get all hands on deck for one day, one weekend, help us set up, help us tear down, maybe run concessions or the gate for a while, and then all that money obviously goes towards our program and our girls and benefits them directly. So it makes sense for everybody to kind of pitch in for that event for us.
And you're like any other team, you got to do fundraisers. I mean, that's part of the thing. Small school out here in the cornfields. It's not a casino throwing money at you.
No.
Like they do in some of these, like down at Lawrenceburg or wherever they got a casino that just kind of feeds them. We don't have that around here.
No.
You look around, we're right in the middle of the farm country here.
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate though. Like our community's pretty supportive.
Yeah.
So we've been pretty blessed with the people, being able to donate and willing to support us.
Sure. All right, well, let's talk a little bit about your team here. You've been working with these girls since summertime, or maybe even last, spring, some of them.
Yeah.
Working out. You had summer basketball program. Now school has started. I got to tell you, I've seen some of your practices that you've had since school started. A lot of new faces.
Yeah.
So that tells me you got a lot of freshmen on that are playing. So talk about what's going on with that class right there.
Yeah, it's one of those, you just never know year to year, when you're going through your feeder program, as teams get older, or players get older and they progress through elementary and junior high, middle school, some of those numbers dwindle a little bit. Each year it kind of seems like you end up with a senior class of 2, 3, 4. It's a big class if you have 5 seniors usually.
Right.
But right now I think we have 10 or 11 freshmen.
Wow, that's a big number.
Yeah, that are playing, and I think our class that's currently in 8th grade, we're kind of expecting the same thing next year, probably another 10 or so from that class that we don't expect anybody to just give it up once high school comes. So a lot of numbers coming through.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, so makes it more competitive.
Yeah.
But it's not just freshmen. You're involved with right on down the line. Talk about you. Tell us what's going on down to 2nd grade.
Yeah. So we've been doing some different clinics and stuff, skills clinics, just teaching players the basic fundamentals and different things and the way we want things done, or the way, things that we want to emphasize within our own program, and then make it fun for them,
Right.
so that they want to continue to play and they want to come back. So we've been doing some skills clinics for 2nd through 6th grade, and then some stuff with our junior high girls just to keep them going and keep them in the loop too. We just had our parent meeting, call-out meeting for 2nd through 6th grade. Fall ball, ECI League is what we're going to play in the East Central Indiana League. Similar to Dirt Road for the boys program, if you're familiar with that. But, we're looking at 9 or 10 girls in every class from 3rd through 6th grade.
So will you have like a 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, type of thing?
So there isn't anything for 2nd grade at the moment.
Okay.
But we do plan on maybe getting them in the gym and kind of doing just some skill stuff with them. because we have, believe it or not, we have some second graders that are like chomping at the bit.
Oh
Like
my
they came to
goodness
those
gracious.
clinics, and I've had parents asking. So we'll probably do some things with the second grade, but yeah, third grade, we'll have 2 third and fourth grade mixed teams. We have enough for a third and for a fourth, but the way the league is ran, it's a third and fourth mix.
Yeah, gotcha.
So we'll
Okay.
just mix both and have them split. And then we have enough for a fifth and enough for a sixth. And then we're going to take seventh grade. We didn't have the numbers because a lot of them were out of town for fall break, but over fall break, there's a tournament
wow.
in Triton Central, or at Triton Central. So
Okay.
we're going to take our
For
eighth
the
grade.
7th grade, 8th grade team?
Yep. So we're going to take our 8th grade to play in that tournament,
Oh,
kind of
wow.
just to keep a ball in their hands and keep
Yeah.
them doing something. So
Well, at every step of the way, obviously, you got to have coaches, right? I mean,
Yeah,
every
yeah.
level's got to have a coach.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of involvement. And
yeah.
my guess is they're not all on multi-million-dollar contracts.
No. It's one of those things. We're blessed. Like I know a lot of people have seen. We announced Stacy Shepard coaching our 5th and 6th
Yeah,
grade.
what a get. Now, how did that? That's a get right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
On your 5th and 6th grade coach, a former Miss Basketball, right? Or
Runner up.
Runner up.
Runner-up, yeah.
Pretty good.
That's-
all right.
yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. She's Indiana Basketball Hall of Famer.
Yeah. And all right, now she's going to coach a 5th and 6th grade team.
Yeah, I think it really kind of started as a joke, like asking, like, hey, we're looking for a 5th and 6th grade coach, and she was like, hey, I might be interested in that, and so we sat down and I met with her and had a conversation with her, and I mean we just clicked instantly. We're on the
Alright.
same page. The way that she likes certain things is exactly kind of how I feel about it. Things that I would want done at that level and really every level she was on board with. So it was a perfect fit for our coaching staff and for our feeder program. And I mean, when you outkick your coverage like that.
What is she, a teacher, or what does she do? Does she work a job, or?
Yeah, so she does some different things,
Okay.
like with like acupuncture and cupping and
Oh, all right.
like body recovery type stuff.
Hopefully
Way beyond
Yeah.
anything that I'm familiar with.
Hopefully we won't
but-
need that stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Well, that's great.
But,
So
yeah,
we'll-
we're super excited to have
all
her.
right.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on that.
Yeah.
A former runner-up Miss Basketball,
yeah.
coaching in your, in your, middle school or elementary school program. That's great. So, also, you added another coach this year for the varsity JV.
We did.
Wes Oler.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, now he's in the middle of football right now, so
Yeah.
you're
Oh.
sporting the
Yep.
stuff here.
Representing for him, yeah.
Yeah. So, what's Wes's role going to be? I know he's going to be another coach, but is there something specific?
Yeah, it really, not necessarily. I mean, Wes brings a lot of different things to the table.
Mhm.
It's one of those things. After last year, after certain games, I would have conversations with Wes just from being around him, and I'd kind of bounce some ideas off of him, or just kind of say, just in passing, talking about a game. Maybe he was commentating the game with
Yeah.
you guys, and so we would talk about it, and it was kind of the same thing I talked about with Stacy, where some of the things he was noticing or that he brought up were things that I was already thinking or that I had kind of planned on tweaking moving forward. So when we decided that we wanted to bring somebody else aboard, I mean, it was a no-brainer that Wes was kind of the first guy on our list.
Well,
to fill
he's
that role.
coached before.
Mhm.
This isn't his first go around.
Yeah.
He's coached on the boys' side. He was a JV coach at one point in time. I think.
Yeah, I believe with he was. I know he was at Centerville when Ryan Chittister was there,
Okay.
and Centerville was pretty good.
Yeah.
They used to beat up on us quite a bit when I was in school too. But
Yeah.
and Wes has coached in our feeder program before too.
Yeah, I
before
know
I
he's
was here,
coached.
so.
In the younger grades.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, and it's always nice. I mean, obviously, he brings something that the rest of us don't. Is he's in our school every day.
Right.
Clearly, he's familiar with the families in our community,
Mhm.
and he's invested in our school. And once
Well, he'll get
wants
them all in the
everyone to
weight
do well,
room,
so.
right? That's
Well, there is that too. Yeah.
Step number one, Wes.
Yeah.
Get them all in the weight room,
Yeah.
and everybody's comes top-notch condition. All right, let's talk a little bit about your team.
Yeah.
We all know who's coming back. You've got Moss, Justice Slick, and Ava Mikesell, and Addie Kircher, okay? Talk a little, are there any freshmen that potentially, and you don't even have to name names. I know it's unfair of me to ask you that,
It's all right,
okay?
yeah.
But do you see, are there, like a couple or last year there was Addie Kircher, started as a freshman. Now this is not normal, okay?
Right.
Ava Mikesell a couple years ago was started as a freshman.
Yeah.
Is there any of that could potentially be happening, or do
Yeah.
you see like more of a reserve role potentially, or you tell me with
Yeah,
9 freshmen or however?
I think we're in a unique position where our core group, we're bringing back majority of them, and now instead of them being underclassmen, they're kind of upperclassmen, and so we have depth with our upperclassmen. So really, we kind of view this incoming freshman class. Now you never know, right?
Don't.
Somebody could show up and show out and earn minutes and earn time. But yeah, I mean, there's some girls that have some potential that I think, could make a name for themselves. But for us, it's kind of like icing on the cake. Like we kind of know, what we have with the girls in the positions and the roles. Those are fairly defined. But there's always room. I mean, if somebody's making plays and, I always tell the girls, like, if you want more playing time, make it impossible for me to take you off the court, right? Like make me the biggest dummy in the gym for not having you out there.
Absolutely.
And so I mean we always welcome, we talk about iron sharpens iron. We want those kind of competitive practices. We want people to earn time. So we're in late September. Nothing's set in stone and nothing ever is. So there's always that chance. But for right now, I think we're kind of looking at, I mean, you never know. Like it's a talented group and they have some potential, but we have a lot coming back too.
Yeah. All right, so let me ask you about a couple of girls who were freshmen last year. Now they're going to move into their sophomore year. One will be Gracie Green.
Yeah.
She played a lot as a freshman.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Adams was a JV player. I don't know if what her progress is. So tell me about the progress that those two girls have made.
Yeah. So over the summer, we had some girls that had some injuries here and there throughout the summer. And, we play a lot of games in the summer.
Yeah, you do a lot.
And so, when we were at team camp, we were down some players. So the freshmen you were talking about, and then obviously Gracie and Brooklyn and some of those girls, we had a chance to get a really extended look at them against some pretty tough varsity competition.
Okay.
Really, really excited about Gracie and what
Yeah.
she brings to the table. I mean, offensively, she's super, super talented, super skilled. I think her game really kind of elevated over the summer. I think you'll see a lot of growth from her compared to even where, and everybody knew the talent last year, but she's definitely taken a step forward over the summer. I think that was very evident to the point to where she's getting some college coaches asking about her that saw her over the summer and some of the stuff we played in.
Well, it's always exciting to go from, you grow up, okay? I mean, it's a big difference between freshman and sophomore, and then again from sophomore to junior.
Yeah.
You're physically getting stronger and maturing. So, you really looked at between a sophomore and junior year is when you want to see them make that jump, to help your team.
And I think with Brooklyn right now, like she's at a point where, again, I think the game's starting to slow down for her a little bit. So you can kind of see that. Like last year, she really didn't get much varsity time. Some late game.
She was definitely a JV player
for sure. Yeah. And I think this year she's at a point where she's kind of forcing our hand to make a decision about where she's at in our rotation. She had moments over the summer where she played really, really well. It's just one of those things. We're just excited to see, if she continues to grow and if she can continue to be a consistent player. But, she was at the Prep Hoops Top 250 showcase this weekend in Noblesville, and her team went undefeated. She played really well there. So, I mean, there's some definite progress with her game.
Yeah, between I think the thing is, especially with the freshmen, you want them playing. You don't want them being on varsity and sitting.
Right.
You want them playing.
Yep.
Better to play JV and play
Yep.
than to sit on the benches, especially as a youngster. Now, if you're older, different story.
Yeah. And that's a lot. That's a lot of what we did with Ariel Schuler and Gracie Green last year.
Right.
Right. It's like they're probably better than your run-of-the-mill JV player, but at the same time, there wasn't a lot in the rotation for them. Now, Gracie and Ariel kind of found spots where we could use them.
Right.
Right, but that's why they played a lot of JV last year. It just didn't benefit us to have them sit because we knew, this year that they would be a big part. So we wanted them to continue to grow.
So Ariel is another player. She's going into her junior year now. The progress she's making, I mean, she's got to. You're going to have some. I understand with Justice, we don't know where she's going to start. Is that going to find some time for Ariel to be on the court?
I think Ariel's at a point where she's earned time, whether Justice is healthy or not. Right.
You can never have enough players.
And she understands what we're trying to do, and she, as far like defensively, she really just fits the mold of how we like to play, and she plays hard. Offensively, she's gained a lot of confidence, and you saw that over the summer where she was kind of forced into playing a much bigger role than she probably anticipated, and I think it helped her build some confidence because, I just told her all the time, like, we don't have anybody coming, everybody's hurt, so you're playing regardless, so just play free, like just let it go, like
have fun with it.
Like
have fun.
I'm all about it, like just shoot your shots when you're open. I think that helped her build some confidence, and you're starting to see that now, where even we've had a couple schools come in to these workouts that we've had, and she's caught the eye of a couple, and she wasn't even sure if she did want to play or didn't want to play or if she could play, and now she's kind of caught the eye of some colleges.
That's great, and there's nothing that builds confidence more than see the ball go down.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Once for some kids, you just got to see it go down once, and all of a sudden, your tandem, guard tandem. You got Kircher and Addie Kircher and Ava Mikesell, solid. I mean, I don't want.
That's
I don't
a good word
get,
for it.
I don't want to get braggadocio here, but they're solid. I mean, they're solid. They're smart. They're athletic, and they're good, solid players. Yeah. And I was talking to Ava the other day. And I kind of knew this, but she hates losing. So losing in the sectionals last year probably sat with her all year, and it's probably still there.
Yeah, she didn't take much time off.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. She was another one. She was at the Prep Hoops Top 250 this weekend, and played really well. Like she's been, lately she's been shooting the ball really well, just in workouts and things. To where they pulled her to the side and kind of listed her as a top performer at the camp, things like that. I think, with her, it's just one of those, like you talked about, the growth from being an underclassman to an upperclassman now, going into her junior year. I think she feels so much more confident in her game.
Now she's in a leading position. I mean, being a junior this year, she's always been a leader, okay? But now by class, she'll be a leader.
Yeah.
Another sophomore to junior is Cammie Angie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she made a lot of progress last year.
Yeah.
So hopefully continuing on to this year, I'm guessing she'll find some time in the lineup. Mm-hmm. Being a big that she is. Speaking of big, Moss has been playing volleyball. Okay,
killing it.
Oh my goodness gracious, she's jumping. Okay.
Yeah, I have pictures to prove it.
Yes.
Her mom sent me pictures.
Yeah, and so we've always said that. So Addie, if you're watching this, we only want 20 and 12. Okay.
Yeah, no
20
big deal.
and 12.
No big deal.
Okay, and 12 you ought to be able to get on one foot. So. But I think it's going to help her. I don't know anything about anything, but she's made a lot of progress in volleyball. It's really fun to watch. So excited to see how that translates to.
Yeah, it can't hurt. I mean, I was one of the biggest supporters of her making that move. You know, Matt Fisher, volleyball coach, he's
Yeah.
a good friend of mine, and I mean we've been having those conversations. There's a number of girls I try to get to play. You know, we try to share athletes at a small school, but man, just her progress from the beginning of the volleyball season to
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's a
it's
force
impressive.
out there.
It's impressive.
It is, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean it's
Yeah.
really, and that volleyball team. I mean, I know we're in volleyball
Yeah,
season,
yeah, it's hard not to
and
talk
I
about
see
it.
you there, and you and your wife
Okay.
got your seats. Okay, they're fun to watch, and they potentially could make a deep run in the playoffs. We'll see how it goes. You don't want to make any predictions
Yeah.
here, but
I also think her committing and feeling comfortable about her commitment has kind of lifted a little bit of a weight off of her too, to where now she can just focus on just our team and finishing her her senior year, and she's putting a lot of time and work in this off season too. So I'm excited for her.
All right, well, Cody, I said 20 minutes and I lied to you because we're about a half hour into this. We could probably go another hour.
I could talk hoops all day. Yeah.
And I just want to mention Justice Slick. She had an injury in AAU right out the gate.
Yeah,
but she'll be
first
back.
weekend, yeah.
She'll be back at some point. Just the other girls, they'll probably have to pick up the slack if she's not able to start on time.
Yeah.
Of course, with volleyball going on, we're hoping for a delayed season in basketball. I mean, at least I am. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that means the volleyball team's gone a long way, so we'll hope for that.
Yeah, and if we can give a shout out to Justice, I know you guys, watching, see the social media posts and stuff. But,
she's
tears her ACL over the summer. First AAU tournament, has surgery, just works her tail off in rehab.
And that's a lot of work too.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah. And then to turn around and not let that deter you, and then end up committing to IU East.
It's a good spot for her.
So
I think they play some good basketball over there.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah.
Plus being local, it'd be fun to be able to follow her. So, hey, congratulations, Justice. That I think that's a great spot for her. So
absolutely.
So we'll be thrilled to see that. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. We've gone a little bit long, but again, we probably could have gone another hour, Cody, just breaking it down even a little more. All right, that's been Cody Dudley, girls basketball coach here. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna hear from our Gold Level sponsors. This is Knightline, and we are live.
At Kate's Family Eye Care, we value a family-friendly atmosphere, offering high-quality eye exams. Our expert staff utilizes the latest techniques in eye care. We have a large selection of affordable glasses that are unique to our area. We are proud supporters of the Northeastern Knights and wish all the teams the best of luck.
Go Knights!
13,000 feet has a way of testing a man's soul. After all, you were never meant to take on such an endeavor. That long drop is what separates human from superhuman. That fear is the only enemy, the only thing keeping you from feeling that power in your bones. And here we are, right here, right now. Let's fly.
You're good at motivation, we're good at your insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
KOA exit 151A, registration and the general store. It's a family-owned campground with pull-through parking for RVs or travel trailers with full hookups. Rent a cabin. Relax at one of the fire pits or picnic by the pond. A playground for the kids, or get in around the golf before dinner. Take a water-soaking hayride, lay out by the pool, and then take a dip.
have a big event coming up soon, Dejo Photos has you covered. Check us out on Facebook. We are professional photographers who strive to capture all of your special moments, such as family portraits, senior photos, live action sports, graduations, and so much more. If you don't think photos are important, wait until they are all you have left. Contact us via email at info@dejophotos.com or call us at 765-277-0047. Dejo Photos, capturing memories one photo at a time.
Coming together every day to make a difference for you, for me, and everyone in between. Because at Dot Foods, when we celebrate each other's differences and work together to make the community a better place, we become great together. At Dot Foods, what matters to you matters to us, where communities matter. Dot Foods.
Welcome back to Knightline. I'd like to thank Cody Dudley. He spent 30 minutes with us, and he has to get home to see if his Bengals can win and if Joe Burrow can play tonight. So we'll figure that out when we get there. The boys' tennis team, as we speak, they are in the second round of the Tri-Eastern Conference tournament over there in Hagerstown. They did have a doubles team. The number 2 doubles team did move on to the finals, so they're playing tonight. Hayden Shelfant and John Wallace. Again, that's over in Hagerstown. Might have as we speak now, there might be a result, but hopefully we'll get that result soon, or you can look on GoKnightsAthletics.com to get that result. Sectionals for the boys tennis team is starting on Wednesday. Now, I saw a weather report kind of iffy, so I don't know how they're going to put that in. Hopefully the weather will hold. But Wednesday at Richmond, if you go to Richmond High School behind the Tiernan Center, that's where they have their sectionals on their tennis courts. I believe they start about 4:30, so that'd be Wednesday, Thursday, and moving on to Friday, I believe, if you go all the way through. So good luck to the boys tennis team and sectionals. And if you get a chance, go out and see them. They'll be Wednesday and Thursday over at Richmond High School. Let's move on to football. If you were at Centerville on Friday night, it was a tough loss for the Knights. They got beat by 32-14. And really, what, in my opinion, in that game, Centerville's a very good team, and they're probably going to win out because their competition's not very good going forward. So they're going to win the conference more than likely. And the Knights still have a chance to share the Tri-Eastern Conference. However, it would take a miracle on the part of Centerville losing. So they look like they could go on and be an undefeated. Sectionals aren't that far away, so they're coming up. But what I'd like to do is, we talked to, as we always do, Coach Wes Oler. He's great in victory, and he's very humble in defeat, humble in victory, and gracious in defeat. And we had an opportunity to chat with him after the Centerville game. So let's go to that video right there and see what Wes has to say. All right, we're here at Centerville High School. The Bulldogs just defeated the Knights, so the Knights go to 5-1. This is the First Financial Bank coach's comment. First Financial Bank in Richmond. Go see Beth Beatty at First Financial Bank if you need a new mortgage or if you want to rewrite an existing mortgage. And I'm here with Coach Wes Oler. Well, in victory, defeat, Wes, I appreciate you coming, I really do. So let's talk about this game. It was a tough one. I mean, things weren't going right for us, so talk about this game right here.
Yeah, I think it was a learning experience for us. A couple plays go differently in the first half, and it's a lot different result. We hold them out there at the end of the half, and we're only down one score, and we get the ball coming out. I thought we needed to establish the run game tonight, and we just didn't do it consistently enough to move the chains and finish off a couple drives. But I told the guys in the locker room, the only thing we can do from this is learn from it. we realize that the goal of a TC championship is pretty dire right now. It would take something pretty special for us to get back in the mix. But we can still go 8-1, and we're in a sectional where I feel like we're in the mix. We know from last year that sectional loss that we can play with the teams in our sectional, and I think that has to be our goal. And it's a cliche, but we have to learn from everything. Tomorrow's film is not going to be a lot of fun, but you have no control over the past. You can only improve every day that you have the opportunity. And we've got 3 weeks till we get to that sectional start, and we just want to be playing as good a football as we can when we get to that point.
All right, so this game, look, the physicality, really, our defense was very physical, I thought. They were able to run the ball a little bit in the second half. But talk about the defense a little bit. Really, they did come to play tonight, it appeared.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the board at the end, and 2 of those scores are on defense, one of them kind of late, but I thought our defense did a really good job, especially we stopped the run really well in the first half, but their quarterback's good. Yeah. Tinkle is a player, and he's got experience, and he's poised back there. He extends plays, and he made some really good throws where you just have to tip your cap. And we're I think of the one down the corner of the end zone. He just made a perfect throw. The kid made a great catch. Boyd made a great catch. We got him covered. But I just thought they made fewer mistakes tonight, and they made a few more plays than we did. And that's high school football.
Well, experience beat out youth tonight, it appears there. All right, looking ahead, season's not over. Like you say, we'll lick our wounds on this one, get up tomorrow morning, go to film. So looking ahead, you got Shenandoah. How do you put this game behind you?
I think we use tomorrow from 8 to 10 to learn. And I told the guys to be critical of themselves tomorrow, but not get down on themselves, and just to stay together as a family. Obviously, we're disappointed, but stuff happens in life that sucks, and this is just a game. But we're going to find out how we respond to this. I thought last year's team responded to our loss at Tri really, really well, and we had time, and we were fortunate enough we got back in the mix in the conference. But this year, we've got 3 weeks to get better. Shenandoah is a kind of a rivalry game, or non-conference, and we got them last year, and we'd like to get a little streak going against them. And then we've got 2 big conference games, Knightstown and Hagerstown, who are both good football teams and are playing better every week, it looks like. So I think it's a good schedule going into the sectional tournament. But we like I said, we've just got to fix these mistakes, and it's going to be humbling. And we were a little bit humbled tonight, but we're going to find out what our guys are made of.
All right, thanks, Coach. We'll see you next week. That's been Wes Solar. We will be broadcasting that game on tape delay on Friday night. You'll see that Saturday morning versus Shenandoah. This has been the First Financial Bank Coach's Comment. All right, we're back here. So, like I say, Wes Solar, he's humble in victory and gracious in defeat, so appreciate him chatting with us. And really in that Centerville game, I think it came down to Centerville, their quarterback Josh Tinkle, and they had a receiver in Nathan Dickinson. These guys are seniors, but they've been doing it a long time, and they played well. And our quarterback, Blake Waters, he's going to be a great quarterback. He's already had some great games. But this is a learning experience for that crew right there, and that's what you want to do. And Wes alluded to that, is with a game like this, yes, you lost the game, but we still got a lot of season left. And that game, you look at the tape, and you take the lessons that you learn in that game against Centerville going forward as you head into the rest of the season and head on into sectionals. Friday night, the Knights will be home against Shenandoah, kind of a rivalry game there. We finally got off the snide and beat them last year, so they're looking for 2 in a row. We will broadcast that on the Knights Broadcasting Network on tape delay. You'll get to see that on Saturday morning, roughly about 10 o'clock or so. So, come out to the ball game. I think it's youth football night, if I'm not mistaken. So you'll see a lot of kids running around, and their parents will be there, and grandparents. It should be a pretty good crowd. And the Knights are a good football team. Yes, they got beat by Centerville. There's no shame in that. Again, you take those lessons, kind of like last year. If you all remember, the Knights went to try and got it handed to them, but they took lessons from that game. It translated to the rest of the season, and that's what you're hoping here. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to go to our gold level sponsors, and when we come back, we'll talk about volleyball. This is Knightline, and you're live.
Dreaming of having more space? With a mortgage from First Financial, you're golden. We keep things simple with friendly, personalized service from application to closing. We'll help you find the right mortgage loan to fit your unique needs. Plus, you can qualify for relationship pricing with an eligible checking account. And since we live in the communities we serve, you can count on our local knowledge to make sure the pieces fall into place for an on-time closing. So stop dreaming and start moving with First Financial Bank.
Harmon sheds are custom built to your specifications and needs. But wait, there's more! Harmon sheds build privacy fences, decks for your pool, beautifully designed decks for all around your home, and detached pavilions. Let Joe and the crew do all the work, so all you need to do is relax.
This is Rick Fletcher. When my car needs repair, I take it to 715 Simharjan Parkway in Richmond, home of Knuckle Busters. With their ASE certified technicians, why would you go anyplace else? They repair domestic and imports, air conditioners to Z-bars. Knuckle Busters Auto Repair. Call 765-488-1470 and tell them to go Knights!
Are you being bugged about your floral needs? The Leading Lily, 927 South 9th, is a full-service florist with lots of great gift ideas like wind chimes, potted plants, hanging baskets, teddy bears, and much, much more. Convenient delivery available to residential, the hospital, and local funeral homes. The Leading Lily has bouquets to say, I love you, to weddings to say, I do. The Leading Lily, we have you covered.
Well, welcome back, and as you can see, my partner Jerry Middleton has made an appearance here. He was reffing volleyball over at the middle school, and tell us the results, Jerry.
Well, the 7th grade won in 3.
Okay.
And the 8th grade 1 and 2 straight.
Well, I've heard a lot about this 8th grade. We don't talk a lot about middle school sports around here. Heard a lot about this 8th grade class, so we'll see them next year.
Yes, absolutely, and they're pretty good. So we'll see what happens. And while I'm thinking about it, if you're interested in refereeing volleyball, you should call the RSA and get your license, because we need volleyball referees. Otherwise, I would be here and not reffing volleyball.
You needed one today, didn't you?
Needed one today.
And it's fun.
It is fun.
It really is a lot of fun. So I would say, and the thing about volleyball, Jerry, is you're not running up and down the court.
Well, that's how I get my cardio in.
Yeah. Climbing those steps, there's the up ref, right?
Yeah, climbing the steps.
All right, let's talk about the Lady Knights volleyball team. I think they stand at 15-3 right now. They had a tournament on Saturday. You were there. They were playing shorthanded, but you play, right? So tell us what you saw on Saturday.
Well, here's what I want to say. One player wasn't there. I'm not going
Right.
to mention names on that.
Yeah.
Who wasn't there. But
And it was expected.
And it was expected.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything like that. It was a recruiting thing. So, hey, more power. I'm all for that.
Sure.
But what impressed me about it was next man up, or girl,
Yeah,
woman,
next player up.
next player up, came in and really did a really nice job. And Grace Stockton did a good job.
Yeah.
and which was very nice.
She got some playing time.
Oh, she had a lot of playing time.
Good for her.
And good production and so forth. And they got beat by Delville. Delville's a pretty good ball
They're
club.
good, yeah.
And then they got beat by Heritage Christian.
Right.
But they went 3 sets with Heritage Christian.
Right.
They beat them set 1. And then lost the next 2. And then they come back against Beech Grove and beat Beech Grove in 2 straight.
Right.
Yeah.
So with these weekend tournaments, now you were a coach, you had tournaments. What's the goal when you go to a tournament? Because the Knights will have another tournament in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Before these sectionals.
I think the whole realistic goal going into your personnel that you have is you would hope to go 2-1.
Right.
And that probably could have been some of the serve receive had some problems
Yeah,
at times.
Sometimes you're off as a team.
But sometimes that just happens.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean like the Reds the other night. They're up 9-0. And they get beat 14-13.
Stuff happens.
I mean, stuff just happens.
As painful as it is.
And when it rolls, it rolls.
And once that ball starts going down,
it's hard to stop momentum, especially in volleyball.
Yeah.
But overall, I was happy with the way things panned out.
Yeah.
I mean, they played hard, and and everybody came in and did a job, so that was nice.
Yeah, well, Grace, you mentioned Grace Stockton.
Yeah.
I want to talk about her for a sec. I think she's a consummate teammate. Whether
Yeah.
she's on the bench cheering for her team, she gets in the
Oh, I
game.
agree.
She knows her role. She does it to the best of her ability, and she's never going to give you an attitude problem. As far as I can see, now I'm not the coach and I'm not there, but from what we gather, she's liked by her teammates, and everybody needs a Grace Stockton in their team to fulfill a role, and that's what makes a team successful. Is you have girls or players fulfilling their roles.
Well, we used to practice when we'd be practicing, and I'd say, "Up, Gunther's hurt, out," and they'd be like, "What? What are we doing?" I said, "Hey, this is a game situation. She just rolled her ankle. She can't play. So now you got to go in and you got to do it."
Yeah.
And this is basically what that was. And I think Coach Fisher found out that, you know what?
If you need her, she's there.
We need it. We got it.
Yeah.
And which is nice. The other thing happened, another first, was Markward got her first varsity kill.
Well, congratulate. And I'm pretty high on Izzy Marker. She's only a freshman, okay? She's a lot of upside potential.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you just look at Izzy, and now she, like I said, we don't talk a lot about the freshmen. She's a JV player. I did notice she's dressing varsity now. That's a good move, but I think as long as you progress, okay, you can't stand still. You got to progress. And I honestly think Izzy, she's got that physical fit. She looks like a volleyball
Yeah, she's
player.
got the body frame, height, and all that stuff. So I tell you what, I mean, a lot of people think that they're going to graduate a bunch this year, and they are.
Yeah, they're going to lose a lot.
But there's a bunch to come up too.
Yeah, they'll be younger next year,
Yeah.
but maybe they'll be more hungry too.
Yeah.
But we still got this year to go.
Yeah.
And we still think they're a good team.
Oh, absolutely.
So we were in Centerville last week, Jerry, and Centerville, they're much improved,
Yes.
okay, but they're not on the level that Northeastern is. But you could tell these teams are gunning for you. I mean, every match is you got your hands full.
Well, and that's a true story. I mean, you might get them last year, sneak through somebody, but this year they expect it.
Yeah, it's not. No, you're not sneaking up on anybody.
And what's going to be, and what's harder is next year. they expect it again.
Yeah.
So not only you have a target on your back for maybe 1 year, it could be 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah. So, there's the challenge for them.
Yeah.
You got to come out and put your best out on the floor every single night against Centerville. There were some great moments, as there always is in every match, but there were some down spots too.
Yeah.
Just like that's how any sport is that way. You have your ups and downs, and that's where the Lady Knights are 15-3. I think their record now. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, you're going to take that, and you still got quite a few matches left this week. A lot going on in volleyball. Tomorrow night, you and I will have tomorrow and Thursday. So we got Knightstown coming in, Volley for the Cure. That's an annual thing we do.
And I'll tell you what, and nobody does it better than the Knights.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you with that. So Thursday night, Hagerstown. Now, they're Hagerstown, okay?
Yep.
I don't care what their record is. I don't care what kind of season. I know they're over 500. I do know that. It's Hagerstown.
That's right.
And they got beat in the finals last year, the sectional. So, you know what? Again, you're going to have that target on your back. They want to come in and win. This is big conference games right here. The next couple nights.
This is like IU Purdue.
Well,
throw it out the window. And whoever plays wins.
Well, so that'll be Thursday night. That'll also be senior night.
Yes.
And 6 seniors. You got a lot of seniors that are graduating.
It should be an emotional night.
It'll be an emotional night. Then you're going to play a cross-county rival in Hagerstown. And then to top it all off, on Saturday we've got the Wayne County tournament in Hagerstown. Last year the Knights went to the final, got beat by Hagerstown, but so they're going to play Centerville. I believe that's 11:30 or noon.
Yeah, 11:30 to noon.
Yeah, so we're going to broadcast all those games. We have permission by the athletic director to be there. And so hopefully we'll get the rest of our team together. I'm hoping our executive producer, Kayla Kersey's available. She's going to let me know tomorrow, but we'll figure that out then. So we're going to be there, and just a lot of volleyball to play.
Yeah,
so,
there is.
We'll have that there. So I try to bring on the players of the game. So we had a couple players in the Centerville game because we were at Centerville.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank Shane Osting. They were very accommodating for it, as they always are when we go to these places, as Hagerstown will be when we go there on Saturday. So the players of the game were Reese Stumford and Olivia Knoll. Now, Olivia was dancing, Jerry. I don't know if you happened to see that.
Yeah, I saw it.
All right, so she was dancing. So we're going to go to that video, our players of the game in Centerville. Then we're going to go to commercials. Then Jerry and I will be back to wrap it up. This is Knightline, and we are live.
All right, we're back. We're back. This is the Subway player of the game, and that was Olivia Knoll. She wants to dance when she's older, so she's trying out right now. So if you're on Broadway and you're seeing this, that's the tape right there. That's what you want to do. So our Subway players of the game, Olivia Knoll and Reese Dumsford. Okay, Olivia, this match wasn't easy. These guys came out, they give you everything. Every team you're going to see from now on is going to give you everything. So how are you guys feeling like you're handling that right there?
Recently at practice, we've been going a lot harder. We've been trying to run faster, do faster drills that work us more. We're just trying to get ready for the teams that are going to come and they want to beat us.
You got a lot of matches coming up, some big teams coming up, really. So this weekend, you're in a pretty good tournament down there at Eastern Hancock. I think we're going to be shorthanded, but you guys feel confident as you go into the weekend playing that tournament? Because you got teams like Heritage Christian, Frank, teams we never see.
Yeah.
So get some confidence going in.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. We have a lot of girls that can fill a lot of positions.
Yeah, you got a good bench.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch here. Talking about bench, here comes Reese. You bring her in. All right, this is Reese Dumford. Reese, really explain to me or to us or to everything. We got Liv going, is she still on here, or do we need to kick her off the bench here, or what do we need to do? She's losing her mind here. All right, so Reese, you've been seeing some more playing time here. Really, you've been doing a good job back there passing. So what's your mentality as they bring you off the bench? You have to be prepared to go in, okay?
Yeah.
So how do you do that?
So basically just like preparing to go in. I'm always ready. I'm always making sure I stay warm so I can help out my team and, have better passes when I go in there.
Yeah, you never know when they're going to call on you,
Yeah.
okay? I mean, it could be any time. An injury could happen.
Mhm.
All right, going forward, we're now 14-1. As I was saying to Olivia, there's a target on your back. There's no
Yes,
doubt
for
about it.
sure.
You saw this team here tonight.
Mhm.
They came out with everything they had, and you guys had your hands full. So you tell me how you guys are handling that, like in practice or wherever.
Yeah, I definitely think that we're handling it in practice and, like Liv said, running faster, practicing harder so that we are prepared for the people that have like those targets on our backs.
Yeah,
and
okay.
we are prepared to, be and compete with everyone.
All right, we got the rest of the season. Sectionals aren't that far away. Fun season is right around the corner. All right, that was Reese Dunford and the very crazy Olivia Null down there. She's having fun with it. Look, she's dancing. She's having a good time.
All right, welcome back to Knightline. I'd like to thank Kayla Kersey. She's on the computer. She's our executive producer. That means she tells us what we need to be doing, Jerry. So, and she's
probably telling us we better be going home.
All right, so we're going to wrap up here. Let's say a little bit about cheerleading. They're winning, right? How do you get higher than first place? Is there a higher spot than first place?
Repeat first place.
Yeah, well,
and they have.
They're doing that.
Yeah.
And November 4th is the date that they're gearing up for, okay? They're doing all these preliminary competitions. November 4th is at Newcastle, so it's not too far away.
And they're going to have one here on the 28th or 26th, 28th, I think it's
of October. Okay, all right.
Well, we'll get that date for you.
Yeah.
It's whatever the Saturday is after fall break.
All right. Well, we're going to have to get Chelsea Wine on here. And
we
we'll
need
talk
to
about cheerleading because these ladies are killing it. So congratulations to them. We will have a guest next week, and you're finding out right now. Okay.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Well, Evan Weaver, he's the new Pal Item guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You met him on Friday night.
Yeah.
And so I was able to get a hold of him, and he's going to come in next week. So we'll chat with him, much like we've talked with Zach, his predecessor, and when Dan Harney comes on. And we'll get these guys. Hopefully we can get Dan on again in another show here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Down the road. Shout out to Lauren Lacey. Shot in 89. She's not moving on, but you know what? Great accomplishment for her.
Back-to-back 89s.
Yeah, so congratulations to Lauren. You know what? You just try to shave those strokes off, and that's what you do in golf. So congratulations
absolutely.
To her. And at some point, we'll talk a little more about cross country. Their sectional's it's a later start as compared to like volleyball and tennis and golf. So we'll talk then. Other than that, I think we're ready to wrap it up, Jerry. Hey, thanks for coming back. I know you were trying to move the game along.
We were trying to move along to get back, and got done and zipped across here, across the tundra out there. It wasn't frozen today, but
it's actually a very nice day.
It was a beautiful, beautiful day, and I'll tell you, I'm enjoying this fall weather that we're having. It's nice.
It is nice. All right, take us home.
Well, I think it's time for Night Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Hey, I'm Jerry Middleton, and for Rick Fletcher, it's been